Toniki, Dadanas Ada, Abawastek, Tonse, Tonishi, Bonjour, and hello.
The Calgary Board of Education acknowledged the traditional territories and oral practices of the Treaty 7 nations, including the Siksikapi, comprised of the Siksika, the Kainai, the Bikani, and the Msikapi Bikani nations. We acknowledge the Tsuut'ina nations, the Iori Nakota, comprised of the Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Goodstoney nations, the Métis Nation within Alberta, and all people who made their homes in the Treaty 7 region of southern Alberta. This land on which we gather is traditionally known as Mokistis, Blackfoot, Gassisi, Tsuut'ina, Wichita, Nakota, and Gotsalwani, Northern Mischief, and Cree.
As a learning organization, we are committed to advancing the truth and reconciliation calls to action focused on education for reconciliation.
In kindergarten, we engage in Traveling Tuesday. Every Tuesday, we venture out into our community, taking our learning beyond the classroom and into the local environment. This hands-on approach is a cornerstone of kindergarten teaching, connecting all areas of the curriculum. Our students are immersed in the rich heritage, culture, ecology, landscapes, and experiences in our community. By focusing on real-world learning, we strengthen academic performance through deeper connections to this place we call home. At QES, we believe that fostering a genuine appreciation for the natural world inspires a sense of responsibility, empowering students to become active, engaged citizens. QES students see the impact of their efforts in the community, helping them develop vital communication and problem-solving skills, teaching them how to interact with various environments and giving them a deeper understanding of themselves and their place in this world. We've worked hard to infuse kindness and a love of learning into our neighborhood, and in return, our community has warmly embraced us. It's not uncommon for someone to rush out of their home or business to share a new plant, an exciting seed pod, or details about a local mural. We know where our classmates live because we've walked by their homes. We're able to discuss new developments in the area because contractors have shared their blueprints with us. Every community takes pride in its neighborhood, and when we listen to its stories, rich learning opportunities unfold. When kindergarten students step outside to learn, something magical happens. The four walls of the classrooms are not boundaries to their education. Children naturally thrive as they are more open to learning through the authentic, teachable moments, whether from teachers, neighbors, or classmates.
As grade 2-3 teachers, we strive to create engaging, real-world learning experiences to help students understand their roles as responsible citizens. Through the Indigenous-wise practice of reflection outside, our weekly community walks engage students to observe the land, learn from it, and explore how the community supports us. By incorporating Indigenous pedagogies such as sit-spots and walk-alongs, we encourage students to slow down, reflect on their surroundings, and build connections to the land and community.
In math, we bring real-world concepts to life. For example, we set up classroom shops where students practice buying and selling items, learning to make change and budget. This addresses our school development plan goal to build their procedural fluency and conceptual understanding, but that also teaches them about economic responsibility.
As a grade team, our learning centers around questions like, what is our human impact and how do stories teach and connect us? These interconnected inquiries help students recognize how stories have the power to shape our understanding of the world and our place in it. Through our participation in the Campus Calgary Open Minds field experiences, such as 2School, Library School, Stampede School, and City Hall School, students gain real-world opportunities to connect their learning in school to their own community.
These immersive experiences allow students to explore the histories and functions of local institutions, engage with experts, and draw inspiration for projects that address community needs. This combination of hands-on learning and storytelling fosters a deeper appreciation for how our choices, narratives, and actions intersect, empowering students to contribute thoughtfully to their communities. In professional learning communities or through collaborative response, we prioritize practices that reflect real-world engagement. Students demonstrate learning through hands-on projects, presentations, and participation in community events, such as creating a plan to improve a local space, like the new Calgary Arena, or engaging in meaningful community outreach initiatives, such as our donation collection for the mustard seed. By focusing on meaningful tasks, we help students see how their learning contributes to issues of common concern, fostering a sense of responsibility and pride in their ability to make a difference.
Through these practices, our goal is to nurture curious, caring, and active citizens who understand their rights and responsibilities within their local and national communities.
At QES, as part of their development as citizens, students are invited to propose ideas for clubs that are both needed and that will impact our school positively. As a result, there are many opportunities for engagement in extracurricular activities. These include History Club, Howlers, which is a news club, math and science clubs, and many more. Lisa Kelly and her daughter Neve will reflect on the impact of this engagement on the development of learning competencies and how students can learn from each other to build collective citizenship skills.
I have always helped others, and Kindness Keepers helped me to extend that to more people so everyone was included. At our school, we have a student-led group that looks for things to make better. Last year, we took leadership at recess with a group called Kindness Keepers. Every Thursday, we'd make up games, wore pennies, and invited lots of others to play. The best game was when we challenged the whole school to make the biggest snowman they could. Making announcements for the Kindness Keepers helped me feel like a leader. I am looking forward for grade 7 at QES because it is only one grade up. I know I can be ready because I know I can impact people positively in my small circle, and they will impact others.
As Neve's parent, I am delighted to see her confidence and independence skyrocket in the past few years. Thanks to opportunities in schools such as crossing patrol, Kindness Keepers, class elections, making announcements and choir, to name a few, she's excelled in leadership, mentoring and ownership. Outside of school, she's a patrol leader in Girl Guides and a programme assistant in the local Learn to Skate programme. And I believe without the opportunities in school, she wouldn't have been as confident or prepared to take on these responsibilities. School is her community. She's invested in it and wants fairness for everyone. The opportunities she has had has enabled her not just to identify problems, but to find solutions to problems, work with others, and be responsible for her learning. As a parent, I'm excited to see where the next stage of her journey takes her. I know she's well equipped and ready for it.
As Neve shared, the transition between grades 6 and 7 from QES to QEHS is seamless. This is a result of the implementation of the programming at each school for the development of citizenship. Through the student voice in clubs, the engagement in community events of common concern, and our shared space, students see the ways they can act on behalf of themselves and others in our community.
When students see themselves as a part of a shared community, they begin to feel a sense of pride and responsibility for the land and the people. As students get older, they develop a greater sense of responsibility to give back to and to contribute to their community. Students must learn to become active and engaged citizens who not only get out and interact with the community, but care for it and help it thrive. At Queen Elizabeth High School, we have to be really intentional in our programming for our middle school learners. We work to help them see their place in the larger community. One of the ways we do this is through our outdoor ed program. We get the kids out into the community and help them become a part of the community.
Our outdoor education program is part of the grade 7 option wheel. So our students come to us with a variety of experiences, abilities, and attitudes toward being outdoors. We also have a learning community of diverse learners from varied backgrounds and ways of learning. We bring our students outside fundamentally because we want them to learn to be a part of the world around them, both as citizens who need to learn to live with and interact with the broader community, and to have them start to understand themselves as a part of the ecosystems that they live in. We focus most of our introductory grade 7 program on local community trips and the fundamental skills needed to be comfortable learning outdoors, such as dressing for the weather, sharing public spaces, and the elements of environmental stewardship. We start with the Leave No Trace principles, which align nicely with our citizenship ends and include the ideas of respecting oneself, working with and respecting others, and respecting the earth. We choose outdoor activities and lessons that challenge students to work with a variety of their peers and in ways that they don't inside classroom walls. It's heartening to see students out in the community applying their skills as leaders, helping to teach elementary school students orienteering skills, speaking to younger students who might not know English in their own language, and guiding them through the lessons that they only just learned with ease and authority. It's also heartening to see the ways that students show up for each other when they're challenged with an unfamiliar situation, like learning to skate or to cycle. I'm always proud of how our students conduct themselves in these unfamiliar and sometimes unpredictable situations that happen when you remove the classroom walls and make the world outside their classroom instead.
In grade 8 and 9, students get more choice in their options, and we see many of those students with minimal outdoor experience return because they enjoyed grade 7 so much. This is when we begin looking at nature with a wider scope. We start to adventure further away from the school, visiting provincial and national parks outside of the city. Because we are in more remote areas, students can really see our Leave No Trace principles in action. We compare the environments we learn in, and we witness firsthand the impacts humans have on nature. These remote areas also allow us to foster a strong sense of community, cooperation, and responsibility for yourself as a group member. We have students from our gifted and talented program, deaf and hard of hearing, the mental health class, and a variety of physical and learning differences. All students are included in all outings, and we work together to support and challenge each other so that everyone finds success in each trip. We focus primarily on learning and growing in shared spaces such as parks, pathways, and playgrounds. Students consistently support each other. They lend extra warm clothes. They try to learn each other's languages, whether that's ASL or Ukrainian. They help fix broken gear. They wait for slower group members and are always respectful and kind with any service providers that we use. I have never received so many compliments about how wonderful our program and students are as I do from bus drivers, service providers, and members of the public who see us out using pathways and parks.
Ensuring students regularly engage with their larger community is essential in helping them learn how to take responsibility and care for their community. Our grade 9 health students and high school leadership students regularly walk over next door to the elementary school to work with the younger students. For many of our middle and high school students, this is an extremely meaningful part of their week.
The work we do with younger students really helps to build their confidence as they grow up. When we bring things like compassion and fun into the classroom, it can encourage them to succeed as they move on to junior high and high school. The lessons we help them learning about lifelong learning and responsibility can help them become more responsible people in the larger community.
I enjoy, using the knowledge that I have gained throughout my life to sort of help them be better at school. Well, I feel like it definitely makes kids more comfortable with people older than them. Like when I was in elementary, I was afraid of the grade 6 kids in my school building. And I feel like when you work with them, it kind of allows them to open up a bit and be more themselves around people older than them.
In high school, we focus on how to help students understand the rights and responsibilities of citizenship within local, national, and international contexts.
Our current world is seemingly divided, and many of us have become accustomed to consuming information in ways that promote dichotomous thinking and confirmation bias, leading to deepening divides and narrowing perspectives.
This year at Queen Elizabeth High School, we introduced the AP Capstone Seminar course to intentionally and explicitly teach students how to evaluate various sources of information and how to form and support an effective argument that examines issues through multiple diverse lenses.
Through AP Capstone Seminar, students are well prepared to consume information through a critical lens and use their findings to form well-rounded opinions and well-supported arguments as 21st century citizens.
Capstone helps me develop critical thinking, research, and communication skills, which are essential for being an informed and engaged citizen. It pushes me to further analyze different perspectives and make ethical considerations and form well-reasoned arguments. These skills will help me navigate complex, real-world issues and contribute meaningfully to society after high school.
Throughout this semester, I've been exposed to situations that have allowed me to take on leadership roles and collaborate effectively with individuals I have never worked with. Because of this, I was taught the importance of effective communication, meaning the ability to speak my mind while giving respectful but honest feedback.
I'd say Capstone, it gives you a unique perspective on a lot of issues that are happening in the world. So Capstone gives you a unique opportunity, I think, to reflect on those kinds of issues in the modern age.
The skills that I learned throughout this course, such as establishing the credibility of sources, teamwork, time management, and developing proper research skills, really allowed me to feel more confident in my goals. These skills are also super useful for areas other than school, such as waking up in the morning and being able to read the paper with confidence.
Capstone has really helped me with a lot of skills, such as being able to work with a team and being able to do proper research. And I think that after high school, that's really going to help me with when it comes to writing papers or when I have to do group work in either university or at a future job that I might have.
I think that AP Capstone has helped me work on a lot of my collaborative skills with peers, and in doing so, I think that my communication skills have been encouraged to improve, which is bound to help me in any path that I choose to take on after graduation, because those communication skills will be so effective and necessary anywhere.